alcohol in my soul. Best drunk I'm alive. I ain't partying more, and I'm not going home. Alcohol in my soul. All day, yeah. Praise for me. No, we don't play. When we come out to party, I said we come out to party. This is the best drunk I'm alive.
WEFM, the new fresh sound.
Cop Chat. You've got questions for the police? They're here to give you the answers on WEFM 99.9.
The world has become such a cruel place. Something is wrong with the human race. Preacher man say it's wonders and signs. We are living in the end of times. Where is the love we once used to know? Where is the kindness we used to show? The heart of man is so full of hate. Let's make a change before it's too late. Too much killing, too much blood spilling. Each and every morning, it's weeping and mourning. We've got to stop all the crimes, erase the violence, let our voice be heard. We can't sit in silence. The hope of tomorrow is in no use today. We've got to live in love. Crime and violence don't pay.
Welcome back, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The time is 8:11, and welcome to Cop Chat. In case you're just joining us, this is Ari. With me is Roleza, and we have with us Corporal Kenroy Martin. This morning, the topic will be understanding procedures in policing, summons, and warrants. So, good morning, Corporal Martin.
Good morning. Good morning to the listeners of WEFM and to the citizens of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Oh, tell us a bit about yourself, your experience, department you're attached to, please, this morning.
As mentioned before, my name is Kenroy Martin, attached to the process department. I have just about 24 years in the organization. And basically, I am also a past national cricketer.
Okay.
A few caps, but stick to policing for now.
So you should be working on now.
Well, after my stint, I'll go to the cricket.
Okay.
Where I'm supposed to be working as well.
Okay, now in what capacity? As a police officer? Yeah.
As a police officer.
All right. So this morning we're talking procedures in policing, summons, and warrants. So what is a summon and what is a warrant?
Well, a summons. Let's start with summons. It all starts with a summons. It's a document that is issued by the magistrate for a witness in a matter. A report was made and you witnessed something. Summons is issued to you so that you could know the date and the time when the matter is being heard in court. A warrant is a bit different, where you've been given some instructions. Probably you went to court and you didn't pay a fine. So a warrant is issued for you from the magistrate again, saying that you owe this fine and you need to pay it by such and such a date.
Okay. So are there different types of summons and warrants?
Yes, there are different types of summons and warrants. The summons, witness summons, that is, as I explained before, is issued to persons who are involved in cases in the court, so that they could come and actually give their story to the magistrate, so that we could have judgment on fair proceedings, so that they could be done. The summons for the defendant, those persons who get themselves in trouble, we normally write a summons for them as well. And there are also some surety mechanism summons. So persons who have bail and they have persons coming in and vowing for them, where there are summons written for them as well. because sometimes a surety cannot be found, and the surety, the person who signed for that person, needs to tell us where that person is. So a summons is written for them as well.
All right. So in this case, is the person who signed for the person the surety, or what they put up, their land, their vehicle, the cash, is that the surety?
Yes, that's the person. It depends on the offense.
Okay.
The values depend on the offense. For instance, probably a ABH, assault bodily harm, and the magistrate say surety, one surety, and you have a $1,500. All you have to show is proof of employment, and how could you pay the court that $1,500 if the surety doesn't turns up in court, because that's your responsibility as well. That's why sometimes you get the summons from the magistrate to appear in court.
Okay, so the fine, or whatever the financial number is, that is the surety. Because you said if the surety cannot be found.
Surety is the individual who's vowing for this person to say that I will get him to court.
Okay.
I will bring him to court. I'll make sure that he comes to court when he's supposed to come to court. If he doesn't do that, then we write a summons for you, and the magistrate approves it and say, bring this person to court and let him tell me that where this person is, because he vowed to bring him to court.
Okay. So for the regular listener, when you hear cases being read, or at least in the media, you hear this person has been fined XYZ amount of money to be paid within this time with one or two sureties.
Right.
So the one or two sureties are people.
Right. Those are persons.
Okay. All right. So we have the summons to court, the summons if a surety, if a defendant fails to show up to court and the surety has a summons. Right. What else do we have?
We also have, you could have a matter in court, same witness summons, and then you were at something that happened, but you didn't give the police a statement. And the individual who was in the matter said that Mike John was there and he saw what happened, but both of us are not friends. But I would like him to come to court. And he asked the magistrate to write for Mike Jones to come to court so that he could actually say what happened. Then there's a summons written for that individual to come to court. That's also a witness summons.
Is it to come to court, or you're being forced to testify?
No, well, he asks. That's part and parcel of justice. Because if you witness something, it's your civic duty to say what has happened and also help the justice system to really get things right.
So I don't have a choice in the matter.
Interesting. That's one of the first questions that I wrote down, right? I said, there are instances where persons are being called now for now to courts, right?
Yeah.
And I know for me, do not call me now for anything, right? So if a summons is being sent for me and I don't want to go, right? What happens in that case? What's the consequence of me not wanting to go? Me saying I am not going.
well, to eliminate that, we normally send summons within 2 weeks or so. Okay. Sometimes we fall behind, but you are warned prior. If you give the police a statement and you really don't want to participate, and you are key in the whole story and the whole setup of the case, then the magistrate would issue a compelling summons for you.
And if I still refuse that compelling summons, what happens?
Then a compelling summons is just like we'll get to that, a bench warrant. You have to come. The police have to go and get you and bring you to court. And then you explain to the magistrate, okay, this is the situation and I don't wish to give evidence. But then the prosecution could treat you as a hostile witness because you freely gave the statement prior. And now you're saying that you don't want to say what happened.
Or what about if you've never given a statement? If you just do not want to be a part of the process or the procedure entirely? And for her, and I'm not putting you on the spot, but I'm not even trying to be difficult, but I'm also looking at, okay, so yes, you've summoned me. Yes, you've done you thought, what you call it, the compulsory summons? Was the
compelling summons.
Compelling summons, right? Bench warrant is I'm then placed on bench warrant.
No. The bench warrant comes differently. The bench warrant is used for the defendant.
Okay, so
when he doesn't come to court.
so if you summon me, you done the compelling summons,
Right.
and I still do not want to testify. I still don't want to give any sort of information. What happens?
You'll be treated as a hostile witness.
And if I don't speak at all?
Then it's left to the magistrate to make the decision.
Okay.
So we don't have Fifth Amendment here, do we?
Well, you choose to stay silent. You didn't say anything. You say, magistrate, I wish not to participate in this, and I don't have anything to share. The magistrate can't do anything from there on.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Well, it sounds like the force comes in. You have to come to court and say that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we
yes.
would
The
like-
compelling summons is what brings you to court for you to say that.
Okay.
Okay.
You just can't sit at home and say, I'm not coming.
Okay. So
know?
really and truly, the risk is on me now. If I'm saying, yo, Roleza and I are not friends, but I want her to testify. So I'm hoping that she would testify regardless of our personal issues.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And that's the approach we would like for citizens to use, right? You go to court and do your civic duty as Corporal Martin said, but
Yes.
I was just curious about not wanting to go. So
Right. So
Right.
we don't want the magistrate to be sending a compelling summons for you to bring you out of your home and give me some extra work.
Well,
But
is
it
it
become voluntary?
is it you or is it like the bailiff
No,
or it's
that's-
any officer of the court?
No, that falls directly on us,
Oh,
police
okay.
officers. Once a summons is issued from the court and a witness summons, it falls directly in the police hands. We are
Okay.
the ones who go out and solve these documents because
Okay.
it comes straight from the magistrate's office, right? So we are the ones who charged with that responsibility to do so.
Okay. Are there any other type of summons?
Well, there are a few more, but I would like to highlight the public about a few things.
okay.
Right. For instance, there are warrants as well that are issued in court. And we have been having a lot of issues with those in court as well, where defendants have been found guilty and they have been fined, say, $2,000 to be paid by July the 5th, and they don't pay it. Then there's a warrant issued for that person. So then I could, once the warrant has been issued for you, I could go and pick you up and bring you to court because judgment was passed. Once judgment is passed and that warrant is issued, then I go and pick you up and you have to pay that fine. Even though when I pick you up, you go to prison, you still have to pay that fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a warrant for that as well. That is a judgment debtor summons as well. That is in the civil court. That warrant is used in the civil court, the judgment debtor summons. That takes you to prison and you will have to pay the fine.
Oh, DBTO debtor. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Okay. Mhm.
Yes, that is also. There's also a warrant that is used for persons who are occupying apartments and so on. We have a lot of issues with that, with
Tell me
persons
more about
renting,
this.
persons renting and not paying the landlord and time
Don't
and
want
so
to
on.
leave.
Then, yeah, it becomes very difficult for them. So there's an ejectment warrant issued.
Say that again. What's the
An
name of it?
ejectment warrant.
Okay.
So that is issued so that it could be executed on that person so that they could leave the premises.
What is the process or procedure for this? Is it that you okay, so as a renter, what do you do? How do you go about that process?
There's a form. There's a form at the magistrate court that you fill out. Application, just like all other things, you apply for it, and the magistrate will listen to the facts and so on, and he or she would actually adhere to it and say, okay, then I would grant this to you so that this person could leave your premises.
And how speedy is this process generally though?
An individual is given at least 6 months to leave your premises. 6 months.
Okay, so from the time of filling out the form, in terms of that process of it getting to the magistrate, like how quickly can that
Before
tend to
that is
happen?
issued, there's a hearing
Okay.
where the person brings the person to court
Mm-hmm.
and say that Tom Jones is owing me $3,000. He has not paid rent for the past 3 months. He's owing me. So that procedure goes through the court. The judgment is passed. You have to pay the $3,000. That wasn't done. You have to pay $3,000 within 2 months or so to him. That wasn't done. The person comes back, they put in another case stating that he has not paid up to now and I need him out of my property.
Okay.
So this is how these have been issued. But there are different processes. When it gets to the judgment, debtor summons, this is where imprisonment comes in and the harsh reality really steps in on individuals. So these are some issues that we have in court and persons are having with persons who are occupying their properties. So every time you need a warrant, it is how you have to apply for it. There's a form to be filled by the applicant, and there's a procedure.
And there's any cost to these applications?
For you to put in a case in the magistrate court is $12.50.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a cost to it as well.
Okay.
So that cost will be added into the amount that the judgment is passed when the judgment is passed.
Okay. So good morning, El Casa, Minks, and Faye. There's a question here. The bailiff is responsible for serving some warrants, and what are they?
The bailiff deals with civil matters, really.
Okay.
Civil matters. And they would be given instructions to solve. When you put in the same matters that I just spoke about, you would say Tom Jones or Harry. Right. And they would now find those persons or the defendant and serve them with a summons to come to court for civil proceedings. That is their responsibility.
All right, so we at 8:26 this morning. We're about to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with more Cop Chat shortly.
Do you want to feel clean or refreshed after using the bathroom? Whether at home, work, or play? Welcome to My Smart Toilet Seats. All of our products wash your private parts after using the bathroom without the use of your hands. Let's hear what our national table tennis champion, Damian Dublin, has to say.
I tried it and it works. There are 4 options. Simply add an attachment to your existing toilet seat, or choose a non-electric seat, or better, an electric seat that washes and dries you with warm water and air. Lastly, get a complete smart toilet that also flushes itself. What are you waiting for? Get your smart toilet seat today. Be smart, be refreshed, be clean, be a winner like me.
Our smart toilet seat is available throughout St. Vincent at retail outlets with the orange flags. You can call us at 457-1703 or visit our website at justwashit.vc.
Yes, sir.
Our industry relies on all of us to play our part. We take pride in showcasing our beautiful island, our craft, our cuisine, and our warm Vincentian hospitality.
Each of us play a crucial role in showcasing our vibrant tourism industry.
We can create spaces where visitors can unwind, connect with nature, and embrace tranquility of our beautiful surroundings.
We need everyone on board to help us create an exceptional experience for our guests.
Join us at our National Tourism Community Consultations as we shape the future of tourism in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
It's everyone's business, yeah. Live it, love it, embrace it.
That's the sound of your animals. Strong, healthy, and delivering yields you love. That didn't just happen. It began with you feeding them only the best. East Caribbean Feeds. Rest assured, we only produce your feeds with premium ingredients. No hormones, no animal byproducts. Just everything your animal needs from maximum nutrition. Because your animals deserve only the best. East Caribbean Feeds from Maximum Nutrition.
ECGC has slashed feed prices by 8 to 10%. Check your local supplier for more details. ECGC, providers of feed for maximum nutrition.
Mas, the hottest carnival in the Caribbean. Calendar of events for 2024. Friday, June 28th, Fantastic Friday. Saturday, June 29th, Junior Carnival. Sunday, June 30th, Junior Panorama. Drama. Tuesday, July 2nd, Junior Calypso and Soca Monarch. Thursday, July 4th, Steel and Glitter. Friday, July 5th, Evo. Saturday, July 6th, Raga Soca and Soca Monarch Finals. Sunday, July 7th, Dimanche Gras. Monday, July 8th, Juve and T-shirt Band Street Party. Tuesday, July 9th, Mardi Gras. Vincimas 2024, the hottest carnival in the Caribbean. We hope to see you there.
WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
Cop Chat. You've got questions for the police? They're here to give you the answers on WEFM 99.9.
The world has become such a cruel place. Something is wrong with the human race. Preacher man say it's wonders and signs. We are living in the end of times. Where is the love we once used to know? Where is the kindness we used to show? The heart of man is so full of hate. Let's make a change before it's too late. Too much killing, too much blood spilling. Each and every morning, it's weeping and mourning. We've got to stop all the crimes, erase the violence, let our voice be heard. We can't sit in silence. The hope of tomorrow is in no use today. We've got to live in love. Crime and violence don't pay.
Welcome back, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It is 8:31 here in St. Vincent and the Eastern Caribbean, and you're listening to Cop Chat. If you're just joining us, you're listening to Ari. With me is Roleza, and we have Corporal Kenroy Martin and Corporal Matthews joining us to assist us in understanding procedures in policing as it relates to summons and warrants. So good morning once again, officers.
Good morning again. Good morning again.
Good morning, Corporal Matthews, who's just joining us.
Good morning.
So if you don't mind introducing yourself to the listeners.
Yes, my name is Corporal 5 Hilaire Matthews, stationed at the Central Police Station, attached to Central Police Station office. I normally do liquor license and investigation and warrants duty.
Okay. All right.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. All right. So, Corporal Martin was in the process of describing to us several of the different types of warrants that there are. I'm not sure if you completed the list.
Yes, well, I just want to take you through a few.
A few more.
A few. There are a few more. What I have here, we spoke about the ejectment warrant already.
Yes.
That you use at the buildings and so on, the judgment death warrant.
I have one question as it relates to the ejecting warrant.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a certain time period that needs to pass so that you can file this? Because I'm not sure if there's a law where if someone does not pay their rent over an extended amount of time and the landlord doesn't file a report, then on the law they can file something that would allow them to stay in the space.
There's that the landlord needs to bring a case to court stating that the person have not paid. When the judgment is passed in his favor, then he now applies for the ejectment warrant.
Oh, okay.
The judgment has to pass.
Okay. All right.
And then there's been given a period of 6 months.
Okay. So they have to go through the court proceedings.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I think I got it.
6 months is given to that person to be evicted.
Okay.
Really to leave the premises. But the judgment has to be passed in court.
I don't know, boy. It just sounds like a lot. The tenant has a lot of leeway, but we won't go into that.
Yes. There's also a committal warrant. That means that as a judgment, you or to pay the fine that is being given in court. That warrant is always issued to you. If you did not pay, that warrant will be issued to you as well.
All right, we have a call coming in here.
All right. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Good morning to the panel there.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Now, 2 questions for the officers. Have you any occasion when you relation to the warrant where you have when you execute the warrant then that you refuse? You have any to put the things outside of the person where you rent from house?
What normally happens there is that the police are not the ones who go into the house. We assist in doing so.
Okay.
We assist in doing so. When the warrant is issued, we assist in getting the person out of the house. Really, we because it's civil proceedings. Civil proceedings. We try to assist and get things done orderly, not to have any confusion between the landlord and the tenant. So we fall in between there.
So as in you stand as a presence and watch the landlord take the stuff out of the house.
Right. No, the individual ought to do that. Because if you go and move the stuff, he or she could say, well, this has been damaged, that has been damaged, and so on.
Okay.
So we allow that person to remove their stuff from the apartment. That is our job there, to go and assist in doing so and make sure those things are out and the place have been vacated.
Okay.
If you have a warrant, that doesn't cover everything. If you have a warrant and these things happen, they can't take the rental person. He cannot take any action against you as the police because you have a warranted processor.
Yeah, well, but we don't have any authority to take the stuff and throw them in the streets like that. This stuff belongs to the individual.
Okay.
So he or she has the responsibility of moving them from that apartment.
I see.
I guess the call is curious about what happens when the 6 months pass.
Then the procedure goes all over again.
So after the 6 months, you have to go back to court?
Yeah, the procedure goes all over again. As she said, the tenant has a lot of leeway.
Right.
Okay.
And it becomes frustrating for those persons who are doing those businesses. Yeah.
So when persons get wind like they won't want to rent their property to people who doesn't want to pay.
Well, it's a risk you take, huh? That's a risk you take.
That's right. There was another point I wanted to bring up, but it slipped me right away. So thank you for the information.
All right.
All right. Thank you, caller.
Okay.
Okay, Officer Martin.
Well, there's a very important one here, a bench warrant.
Okay.
We have another call. I think we're very further with it.
Okay, we missed that call. So yes, I actually wanted to know if the bench warrant overlaps into the summons, but I'll allow you to tell us what the bench.
A bench warrant is issued for criminal matters. Defendants. It's really issued for defendants.
All right, let's we have a call, so let's Hi, caller. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Is this WEFM online?
It is, and you are live on radio.
Okay, good. Good morning to your panel. Good morning to the officers who are giving all this information, which I think is very important. But I just joined your program, and I want to ask a very important question. I don't know if you've said it before, but from what I've heard so far, it appears though you're saying that when a person did not pay the rent, you can file for an eviction claim in the court. Okay, that's correct, right?
Once the judgment is given to you as the landlord.
Right. But my question is really, is it only for non-payment that you can file for such a claim?
No, if the person damages your property, and he's not keeping it, the upkeep of is not good, and probably the relationship between you and him is really rocky, then you could ask that person to vacate your promises. You know, there are several reasons, but you have to take him to court. him or she to court.
Right. Well, this is why I'm asking the question, because from what I've heard so far, I've only heard you speaking about non-payment, and all these things can happen as a result of non-payment. But I haven't heard you said, well, there are other things that a person can do that would violate the agreement. Because I'm calling because I'm a landlord as well, okay? And I could tell you 1,000,001 things that a person could do that you would require you to ask them to vacate your premises, because I have a contract from which I use to rent, and there are a number of things in the contract, like a person cannot bring any illegal items, firearms.
Right.
They can't trade, and a number of things, a number of other things that would render you violating the contract. And as a consequence, you can ask the person to leave. And so, I would just like also to know if those are also legitimate reasons for you to ask them to leave.
Yes.
Alongside the non-payment.
Yes. For instance, if your contract stipulates that they shouldn't have any animals like dogs and so on in your
business,
in your place, and they violate and so on, you could ask them to leave. If they have become annoyances to your other clients in your apartments and so on, you could ask them to leave. There are several things that could occur that you could ask them to leave.
And those are the things that I just spoke about, and you just advocate as well. Are those are things that you can bring to court and would win a judgment for them to be evicted?
Yes. Once you have the evidence,
those are reasonable things.
Once you have the
necessary evidence,
pictures, the damages that was done, how you handed over the apartment to the individual and so on. Those are things that you could bring, and the magistrate would ask for them as well. If you have to repeat the apartment every 2 months and so on, and all those other things. Your cupboards have been destroyed, and all the equipment that you have inside. Those are things that you could bring to the court and prove your case.
Yes. Well, thanks for the information, because I just wanted for you to elaborate a bit, so that we don't think that the only thing that you can bring to court and ask for an eviction judgment is that of non-payment of rent.
Yes, we understand.
All right. Thanks a lot.
All right, you're welcome.
All right, thank you, Carl. All right, back to you, Corporal Matt.
Bench warrant. A lot of those have been issued these days, because of the non-appearance of defendants, and that caused some complications, because, as I mentioned before, the sureties now comes into play. A bench warrant is issued for a defendant who doesn't appear in court. So that gives the police the authority now to, I just say, lock him up based on that warrant issued by the magistrate. Bring you into custody until, and she could say, well, okay, your matter is in July or October, because you're not turning up to court, you would hold in custody until then, when a bench warrant is issued for you. If you don't have a proper excuse as to why you missed court and it's been irregular, then she can do that.
So is it possible under law for me as the surety to be arrested?
Yeah, that's why the magistrate normally asks for surety, so that this person is not left on his own or his own to come to court. Somebody is responsible for them. And once you take up that responsibility, would have to tell the magistrate, where is this person? And she would ask you for that fine. If you don't pay that fine, then
okay, so it's only if you don't pay the fine.
She would keep in custody.
So it's only if you don't pay the fine.
You have to pay the fine, or you would be held in custody.
Okay, got it.
So surety, you are your brother's keeper.
and to add to that as well, if you stand bail for someone and you think that you can't handle the responsibility, you could bring in that bail. All you have to do, bring the individual and say, Your Honor, I can't take the responsibility for this individual. I can't trust him or her to come to court. Whenever I speak to him, I can't get you to him. So you have to bring that person to court and bring the bail bond with you as well, and return that person and say, somebody else would have to take up the responsibility.
All right. And can a bench warrant be served on witnesses?
No, bench warrant for defendants.
Okay, that's a question here on the live.
Defendants.
That's a question here on the live.
Bench warrants also could be issued for persons in matters as well, who's given evidence and so on. Like for instance, a police officer who misses court. Yeah, we are not a popular. A bench warrant could be issued for us if we miss court without a legitimate excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But as a police officer, how is that possible?
Huh?
How is that possible? If you could be sent on a different assignment.
Forget. Forgetting is not, but it shouldn't be an excuse.
We are human beings. Things do happen.
Okay.
But then the magistrate will have to explain something.
Okay.
All right, Copper Matthews, I don't know if you want to jump in here with any points.
Yes, please. In respect with the surety, cannot pay the money up front, right? Sometimes there can be seizure of certain asset. For instance, if a bail bond is for 40,000 and you don't have the money at hand, and you have a vehicle or asset that amounted to the 40,000, the police or the court can seize such asset from you. So it not always have to be the money. That can be the asset in the value of it.
All right, so I have a question, right? And this is from me looking at TV. I know that in the US system, when they say that bail is set at, let's say, 20,000, that you have to pay that $20,000 into the court. Is it the same for us down here?
No.
No, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So
not.
you could explain.
Right, you have to prove that you have $20,000 worth.
Right.
Meaning that you have a vehicle worth $40,000. You have property value over such.
Right.
So you put those up as collateral, really, to say, if anything is to go wrong, you can take these. So you bring the documentations for these items and hand them over to the court.
But is it only property? Can you provide a bank statement?
Yes.
Okay.
That as well.
Okay, and so the court can withdraw those funds. It's within the legal process for them to withdraw.
That is what you're putting up.
Okay. Just making it clear. So we're gonna take up
and also if a surety is something the court will have to accept, because you have to make sure you qualify with certain amount of bail for a surety. So you can expect you to be an employee and take a surety. I don't have any asset for somebody, a bill for say 50,000, and he doesn't have that amount of collateral in terms of property, vehicle, business. So then you are too well qualified to stand surety for such amount of money on a bail bond.
All right, so we'll let the call go through. Caller, you have roughly a minute. Go ahead.
Hello?
Hey, caller, good morning. You have roughly a minute. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, my name is Adolphus Delflesh.
Oh, good morning, Delflesh.
I think bench warrant could also, not think I know, bench warrant could also be issued for witness. Once the police would have obtained a statement of that person, and the person fails to attend court after being served with a summons. Because in order to obtain a bench warrant, and Martin would know this. Martin, how are you, man? You're doing a good job,
I'm very well, sir. Happy to have you.
Yeah, doing a good. I'm happy to add my voice to your voice.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm feeling really good about you. Yeah, in order for bench warrant to be issued, the court has to be satisfied that this witness or this defendant was in fact served with a summons and was served in ample time. They can't serve it today for tomorrow. I think the last thing is to serve a summons within 3 days. Martin will know this too.
3 days.
For a person to come to court. So a bench warrant could also be issued for a witness. Just want to add that to Martin's voice.
All right.
Thank you very much.
All right.
You're making the former senior prosecutor smile this morning.
Happy to do that.
All right, so we're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be back with more Cop Chat shortly.
At Lynch Caribbean, yes, we offer comprehensive insurance solutions and broking. But we are more than an insurance broker. We drill down to your core business strategy. We keep a pulse on risk to keep your operations healthy.
On your mark. Get set.
Along the way, helping you to drive competitive advantages. At Lynch Caribbean, we have your back. Contact us today for insurance solutions, strategic risk advisory, and more. Call 453-3300. Email info@lynchcaribbean.com or visit our office in Beachmont, Kingstown. Follow Lynch Caribbean SVG on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, or visit www.lynchcaribbean.com.
Let's get your laundry clean and fresh with the widest range of washing machines and dryers in SVG. At Singer, choose between our West Point and Speed Queen brands with an array of washing machines with payments starting as low as $92 per month. Your laundry room wouldn't be complete without a Whirlpool or Speed Queen electric or gas-operated dryer, saving your energy consumption. Also in stock is our West Point washer-dryer combo for only $136 per month. One machine that does the work of two. No need to change machines. Just toss in your laundry and forget about it. Whether your preference in machines is top loading or front loading, whether you want a 9 kilogram or a larger 15 kilogram washer, whether you're looking for a gas or electric dryer, we've got it all at Singer. Visit us today and get the washing machine and dryer that's perfect for you. Singer, your family company.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's a whole new world out there. Reaching new customers and getting products faster. That's what it's all about. Ocean freight rates are skyrocketing, so don't pay more for slower service. It's time to switch to faster, more reliable air cargo service with SkyMax Cargo. Up to 3 flights weekly to and from the USA, Puerto Rico, and the Caribbean islands. Providing excellent import, export, and e-commerce solutions to put you ahead of the competition. For special low rates on small packages and air cargo, contact SkyMax today. 784-456-5400. Local agents SwiftPack Interprime Cargo. Call 784-456-5400 to book your shipments today.
Let us begin. The battle is on for Calypso supremacy at Vincimas 2024 as 22 Calypsonians vie for spots at the finals. This will be a fierce battle at the grand opening night of Vincimas on Friday, June 28th. Fantastic Friday, Carnival City, Victoria Park. The songs will be hitting, the atmosphere will be right, and the people will have a great time. There'll be additional entertainment for the night through an extempo competition finals of the top shotters who reign supreme at the Calypso tents. This fantastic Friday is going to be massive with giveaways for the early birds and lots of prizes and surprises for the patrons. So see you at the Victoria Park from 8 p.m. on Friday, June 28th. Fantastic Friday.
This moment is all that I've been dreaming of.
Well, focus. Join the vibes for the ICC Men's T20 World Cup in the Party Stand. Enjoy live performances by top artists, the hottest DJs, and so much more. Get your tickets today from Korea City Store, Kingstown. ICC Men's T20 World Cup, the vibes in the Party Stand. It's gonna be out of this world. Get your tickets now.
WEFM, the new fresh sound. Cop Chat. You've got questions for the police? They're here to give you the answers on WEFM 99.9.
Something is wrong with the human race. Preacher man say it's wonders and signs. We are living in the end of times. Where is the love we once used to know? Where is the kindness we used to show? The heart of man is so full of hate. Let's make a change before it's too late. Too much killing, too much blood spilling. Each and every morning, it's weeping and mourning. We've got to stop all the crimes, erase the violence, let our voice be heard. We can't sit in silence. The hope of tomorrow is in no use today. We've got to live in love. Crime and violence don't pay.
Welcome back, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It is now 8:53, soon to be 8:54 here in St. Vincent and the Eastern Caribbean. And welcome to Cop Chat. Well, welcome back to Cop Chat, where we're discussing understanding procedures in policing, summons, and warrants. So in case you're just joining us, you're listening to Ari with me, is Roleza, and we have joining us Corporal Kenroy Martin and Corporal Matthews from the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force. Now, Corporal Martin, you were just breaking down the other warrants that you have remaining on that list of yours.
Yes, and a very important one as well for those who think that they could be fined in court and skip the shores and go overseas. There's a warrant for you as well. It's called the CFAS warrant. That could be issued for you to take you off a plane or a boat trying to get out of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Okay.
So those persons who have gone to court and have their fines to pay, sometimes the magistrate don't ask you for any travel documents or so on, and they think that they could leave the shores without paying the government or compensation or whatever. We have a warrant for you as well.
Okay. Fair. But is it that as soon as you swipe your passport, immigration is allotted?
Well,
you have to be informed as a police officer.
Well, the information would come to us, travel agents and so on.
Okay.
Whenever, somebody may say, well, Tom Jones is leaving, probably you need to pay this post, and this post is keeping tabs on you.
Okay.
And they say, the man leaving, the man going New York City, and he hasn't paid the money. So we investigate that, and once we find the information to be truthful, then we apply for such to the magistrate.
What was the case that if somebody did get through to leave and they return to the country, what happens there? Would you hunt them down still?
No, well, they're here.
So would they be arrested upon arrival?
Once their condition doesn't say that you have to ask the court for permission to leave, then you could leave. And once it's within that time that they have to pay that fine, it's okay.
But if they abscond and come back,
then there's an issue. There would be a warrant issued for you.
Okay. All right.
We would have that in our possession, so we would have you in custody. We would take you into custody.
All right.
Once you go beyond the time.
Okay, so we have another caller. Hi, caller. Good morning. You have about a minute to ask the question, please.
Hello?
Hi, you're live, and you have about a minute to ask the question.
Oh, just one question.
Okay.
What is the age of a person who want to stand surety for a defendant?
Age? You must be an adult.
Yeah, what qualifies as an adult legally?
You must be an adult. 18 above.
Okay.
You must be working as well. You must be a responsible citizen as well, because you would be vetted by the magistrate. And if he or she doesn't find you to be that person, you will not be granted that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I heard both you and Matthews point out that you need to qualify. But let's say I'm 18 years old. I just inherited a substantial sum of money. I can show you that my bank account reflects my ability to stand surety. What happens then?
Well, as I said, the magistrate would vet you. And once you have the requisites to stand bail, you're 18, you're an adult, so you're responsible, your record is good and all that. And she explained the procedures to you, and you decide, okay, yes, I still want to do it. Then,
okay,
you'll be granted to do so.
All right.
At your own risk.
Yeah, well, surety is always at your own risk. Well, I'm sure you have some more warrants that you'd like to get through before the end of the segment.
Neglect of payment. There's a warrant for that as well when you don't pay. And there's also a warrant. That's in number 17, and there's a 17A. If you pay half and think you can't
make a deposit.
Yes. There's a warrant for you as well. That is 17A.
Okay.
So we could have a warrant for you as well to come in and pay that.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's also. And I think you have touched on basically all the warrants that we could deal with today. Most of them are dealt with in the civil court. Most of them are dealt with in the civil court. And there's also a remand warrant that is used for prisoners from the court that actually takes them into the prison itself. Without that, the prison would not accept them.
Okay.
Okay. It's interesting.
So once you're convicted,
Mm.
there's a warrant written up for you in court and signed by the magistrate to do your time. If that is not presented to the prison, then they will not accept you.
All right. Are there any other warrants left?
There are a few more, but those are what we're touching on this morning.
Okay.
Time won't permit us to go into all the others.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Corporal Matthews, you're on
Yeah.
mute.
Yeah. When Martin said remand, he either mean remand awaiting sentence or remand awaiting your trial.
Okay. Okay.
So then you can be remanded in prison, awaiting sentencing or awaiting your trial.
Okay. All right. So we're going to allow you guys to wrap up at this time. Any important things that you want to leave with us as it concerns summons and warrants? Matthews, we'd allow you to go first.
Okay. Warrant, especially non-payment of fine. As the Martin was saying, right? Some people, when they've been convicted in the magistrate court, they may pay half of the money and thinking that they can get away with another half. But there's a warrant that is issued, which name part-time payment of warrant. That they will just deduct what you pay and they will send the warrant to the station and they will execute it on you and take you to prison. And there's a commuter warrant that the magistrate may give you some time. Let's say 3 months to pay the fine. And after 3 months, the fine is not paid. Then the warrant will send across to the police station. Then we will execute the warrant on you and take you to prison. But even though you are in prison, you can still pay the fine.
Yeah.
Even though you are in prison, the fine can be paid still.
Okay.
And there's another warrant they call compensate warrant. Is a warrant that you have to pay the money. Even though we take you up and take you to prison, and you do the 3 months or the 4 months, when you come back out and the money is not paid, the warrant will come back and it will take you up again and take you back to prison. The compensation warrant is a warrant that must be paid. So most accused think you will because it's a compensation and you go to prison and you do the 3 months or the 4 months, that is it. No, it's not like that.
All right, Martin.
I think Matthew just touched on a few more, but I want to say that it starts really, before it gets to the warrant, it starts with a summons.
Mm-hmm.
Procedure starts with a summons. You get a warning pretty early. And if you make it go beyond that, this is where the warrants do come in, where you have to be committed to what is being said to you by the court. So let us not get to that stage where the warrants are being issued for you. Let us stick to where the summons are being issued for you and you work in compliance with those. All right.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us this morning, officers, and providing that wealth of knowledge as it relates to summons and warrants here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. All right, so that brings us to an end of contract for today.
WEFM, the new fresh sound.